Hi, guys, and welcome to episode number 3, the Logline. I know, just hearing that word makes a lot of filmmakers nervous. And honestly, it should. Because this is the part where you have to take your entire film, your 120 pages, your years of thinking, your world, and compile it into one or maybe two lines. And two bloody good lines. So let's start with the basics. A log line is a one liner that sums up your entire story. That's it. And for anyone who's new to this, it is not a tagline. It is the entire spine of your story laid bare. Okay, so now here's an analogy that really helped me think about this and might help you. Your dating app bio. Think about it. You are a whole person. You've lived for years, you've got layers, complexities, contradictions. But in your bio, you just put 3 or maybe 4 lines. And in those lines, you have to be short, sharp, intriguing, and full of promise. Because if you're not, they are definitely swiping left. Your logline does exactly the same thing for your film. It has to make your investors, your producers, your potential cast want to hit next, want to keep reading. That is what your main goal is here. So what does a great logline actually do? 4 things. 1, it tells us what has happened, the inciting incident, the thing that sets everything in motion. 2, it hints at the tone. Even the way you write it, the words you choose should tell me whether this is a heartbreak story or a thriller. 3, it sparks curiosity. I should finish reading it and immediately want to know more. And 4, it is specific, not vague, not big and bloated, specific. Because the moment you get too broad, you lose people. Investors, producers, actors, they need to be able to picture something. Now, I want to give you a formula. Not because every film fits neatly into a formula, but because having a structure to start from makes this so much less overwhelming. Here it is. When main character faces conflict or problem, they must, which is goal and action, before that is stakes, depending on the film. It's very simple. Tweak it depending on your film, but that's your skeleton. Now, here is where things get a little interesting. Not every film needs every part of this formula. If you're writing a character-driven film, something like Queen or Tamasha, there are no massive external stakes. The drama is happening inside the character, within the character. So you can drop the before part entirely and instead focus on the emotional transformation. What changes in this person? That is your story. But if you're writing a thriller or an action film, like maybe an NH10 or the recent Dhurandhar, the stakes are everything. That before section is where you show the tension, the danger, the urgency. You want the reader's heart rate to go up just from reading the logline. Let me show you what this looks like with films that we already know. First one, Queen. When her fiancé dumps her before their wedding, a shy Delhi girl goes on her own honeymoon alone and discovers who she really is. Look at that. You know who the character is, you know what happened to her, you know what she's doing about it, and you feel the emotional promise. This is a story about finding yourself. No external stakes needed. The transformation is in the story within. Now, let's talk about NH10. A weekend getaway turns into a nightmare when a couple witnesses an honor killing and must run for their lives. Completely different energy. Simple, crisp, and terrifying. The moment you read it, you're already asking, do they make it? What do they do? The urgency is in the logline and it's doing its job extremely well. Now let me show you one I made as an example. The logline for a film I've been developing. Dia, a shy college student, has her life turned upside down when she falls in love with her free-spirited art teacher, awakening a rebellious streak that she never knew she had. Now, you've got the character, Dia, shy, restrained. You've got the conflict, this unexpected person who walks into her life. And you've got the transformation, a side of herself she never knew she existed. It's a character-driven logline, so there are no external stakes. The drama is entirely internal.
Now, if you see this image that we have made, the page feels like a movie poster and not a PowerPoint slide. Most people put log line at the top and dump the text underneath. Here, the log line becomes an experience. Now, if you see, the typography tells the story. The first line, "She came to college to follow the rules," is large, elegant, and structured, reflecting who Ria is at the beginning of the story. The second line, "Then she met her art teacher," is highlighted and visually separated, making it the inciting incident. Your eyes naturally lands there. The image and the text are working together. Instead of the character being a decoration, she's a part of the storytelling. Her expression feels thoughtful and restrained, matching the rule-following side of her personality. The colors that we've chosen, like the lighter yellow and the green palette, changes the emotion. A dark palette makes the story feel like a thriller or forbidden romance. The yellow and green palette makes it feel hopeful, youthful, romantic, and coming of age, which is much closer to the story that we actually are telling. There is a clearer visual hierarchy. The reader sees the hook, the turning point, the character, and the actual logline.
Your logline is not a summary. It is a promise of the story you're about to tell. Keep it short, keep it sharp, make it feel like something. Also, a point to remember, it should not give out everything away, but it should not hold back either. Follow the formula, find the balance, live in the tension, and that is where your logline will come alive. Now it's your turn. Don't let the one line rule scare you. Use the formula we just went over. When the MC faces problem, they must action before stakes. Post your logline in the comments and I'll be jumping in to give you feedback on as many as I can help to find the perfect balance between curiosity and clarity. Share this video with a writer or director who's currently drawing up their 120 pages script. In the next episode, we are going to take that logline and expand it into the emotional heart of the deck, your synopsis. Stay tuned.